Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 7, where we are almost done with the Breakout Cup. Just one more race to go, and then we can move on to Evolution, and then Domination, and then Masters, and then the Forza Drivers' Cup. But for now, let's see what races are available. We got SUVs, Touring Cups, Rally Heroes, Formula E, Mercedes-Benz trucks, and then just anything. Let's go with Touring Cups, actually, because I own one.
From mild-mannered hatchbacks and sedans, these cars leave behind that whole taboo of bumping, trading paint.
And then once this loads, I think I'm going to try something. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm going to try it out, at least for one of the tracks.
Here, you can change the length of the race. This will give you the chance to build your stamina for an endurance run.
I don't want to make it a longer one. What am I looking for? There we go. A line appears on the track to indicate suggested driving line, turns blue when it's ideally accurate, versus a line appears on the track to indicate the suggested driving line, and then that's only for braking. I'm going to try to drive with it off. This might lead me to rewinding more than I'd like, especially in regards to those turns that are coming up. But I'm going to try it out, at least for one race, and see how that goes. Because, in the words of Nathan Drake, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Excuse me, all of you above-average drivatars. No. Okay, I clearly took that turn way too hard. Same goes with that one. But I've only lost down to 4th place, so... Alright, this might be a little bit more stressful. Excuse me, we just need to trade some paint for a little bit. And now we've got... Like, this is going to be the test. This turn over here. And I feel... I'm not entirely sure exactly when I should be slowing down. There we go. That wasn't bad. Not good enough to pass this guy by. And then here we have a bit of a tight turn. How very rude of you. Unfortunately, this has meant that the first two racers are way ahead. And I took that way too hard. Alright. Not exactly going the greatest, but that's, I think, something I was expecting. Ah, thank you, game. At least I got one turn. Okay. Unfortunately, the second and first place drivers are way ahead. which is a little bit disappointing. I've got a lot... of ground to cover in one lap. But I suppose that's kind of what happens when you experiment. You don't necessarily know you're going to be ready until you try. I might have to back it off so that it only shows brake lines. Oh, thank you. But I am kind of sort of catching up. I can still see them ahead of me, so at the very least, I'm either catching up or they're not necessarily getting too far ahead, so there's that. Ow. Unfortunately, I never watched Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, so my drifting abilities are not that great. Excuse me? I didn't say you guys can catch up. Nope, son of a... Okay, let's try that again. We're gonna need to rewind. We completely spun out there. Yeah, I'm giving myself definitely extra permission to rewind. Wow. When I have no racing line. Like, and that's the thing. When I have, oh my... When I have the game dictating when I can turn, or when I should decelerate or accelerate, like, then it's easy to just, okay, follow that. But when I don't have that, then I know I'm just going to fall apart. But in theory, I should still be able to finish the Breakout Cup as long as I place within the top 3. And that, I suppose, is going to be my goal. Alright. I guess that wasn't too terrible. Except for that one part where I did have to rewind. That was bad. Was it just one part? It's already been so long. Alright, let's hope for the best. You know, that's the thing. Like, with everybody starting at the same time, it definitely makes it a little bit harder to just bully my way up to the front. Now, excuse me. All right, that was... That was okay. I mean, I don't know if that was good driving. There we go. I'm not quite close enough that I can just kind of, like, charge at this guy at ramming speed. Or am I? I'm just inching closer. Oh, this turn is going to do it. I think I should be able to pass him by once we get to this turn. The answer... Okay, let's try that again. What did I... Well, I did a lot of things wrong. Like, I think I started decelerating too late. And the... The combination of the brakes and the handbrake was not enough to save me. Oh my... I'd like to go fast, but at the same time I'd also like to be able to control my vehicle. Which seems to be a bit of a binary choice. Alright, in second place, that's better than last time. And I'm slowly coming up on this guy. Excuse me? Alright. First place. Without a driving line, still had to rewind that one time, because I clearly, my expectations for how fast I was going versus how quickly I could... Oh my gosh. See, that's what happens. I'm not paying attention, and then suddenly... I need to slow down just a bit. Now that I'm ahead, I need to realize that I can't just gun it into every single curve. But like I also said, I'm giving myself a free pass on the rewind feature. As many as it takes, to fix any mistakes, because I know I'm going to be making mistakes. Which I think maybe I should have been worried about turning off the racing line before I increased the driver tar difficulty, but here we are nonetheless. And that wasn't so bad. That end of the race, not the middle part where I screwed up. All right. A lot of paint was traded. Okay, so I tried this particular track without the racing line, and it was awful. It was awful. I'm going to turn it back on. Let's go with just braking only, see how that goes. But trust me, I was probably rewinding like every turn. So we'll see how this goes. Excuse me. These above average drivatars just shoving their way forward. Not letting me shove my way forward. Alright, we got 10th place, a little bit farther back than I would like. I'd like to at least be top 3. If I can place... And, like, that turn is really difficult when you don't know what you're doing. For me especially, I find it difficult to actually see certain lengths of the track. Like that turn that I just made, I had a lot of trouble negotiating that turn without a racing line. And I think at one point, like, I was even rewinding a dozen times over. So... And that's the thing for me, though. I feel like I need to find that balance between challenge, simulation, and fun. At some degree, I felt as though having a complete racing line... Oh my gosh. How very rude of you. Was akin to cheating a bit. And that's one of the things that made me want to kind of turn it off. Was it felt like... it was making things a little bit too simplified. Unfortunately, I'm all the way in 8th place, though. I was technically doing better with my maximum rewind than I am now. Right now I'm in 8th place. Then I was in 5th place. Like this turn, I find it very hard to see. Oh my gosh. And it's such a tight turn, too. And I think my car's handling is just not particularly very good. But at this rate, I'm not going to be able to even place for this race. which is definitely a little on the disappointing side. Alright, 7th. It's better than what I was before. So I think I'm going to try to put all of my bets on this upcoming turn. I think there's going to be a lot of them slowing down. I can pass you by. Wow. That is... either my car is lower to the ground than I think it is, or that's higher off of the ground than I think it is. But I might have to settle for... for 6th place in this race. Wow. I was going a bit faster than I should have. For whatever maneuver... oh my gosh, why are you winding all the way back there? For whatever maneuver I was trying out. Alright, 5th place. Still not particularly great, but here we are. Still get points towards completing the cup. Because apparently completing that set of races is not actually based on what position you get, but just as many participation points, more or less. And maybe that's the thing that I should be more worried about, especially as a relative beginner to the franchise and to the genre of games. Is to not stress myself too much in regards to the capacity to win. Let's try that again. I think I can do better. But to at the very least, we're going to try our best. See how far we can go. And you know what? Maybe at the very least, have a good time. And who knows, by the time that we're done with this game, we may in fact be better drivers or better racers than we were when we started. Maybe. Oh my gosh. This is what I get for not paying attention to the map. And then maybe I could... nope, I'm not going fast enough. How about this turn? It depends on how far back he's going to have to slow down. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pass this person up. No, rewind further back. I'm clearly going far too fast at that specific moment. No, what I needed to focus on, aside from just having a good time, taking it easy, relax, is try to remember that old standby. Just try to race clean. And then maybe that'll be enough. I mean, it's not necessarily enough to catch up with this guy, but at the very least, I'm not falling back. And then this turn coming up. It's a little bit of a surprising turn. Almost kind of comes out of nowhere. Excuse me. Thankfully, the opponents do not have the ability to rewind time themselves. Though I would imagine that would be a bizarre feature. Is there such a game that has... Like, there are plenty of games where you as a player control time. Slow down, rewind. But is there a game in which an opponent is able to rewind time? Like in Prince of Persia, oh my gosh. The prince is able to rewind time to save himself. Up to so many occurrences. Like, is there such a thing as a battle against somebody else who also has that capability? Would that actually be interesting? To have a kind of like a duel to the death against somebody else who also has the capacity to rewind time. So when you think you have succeeded, suddenly it rewinds back and you're back in that same spot. I guess the closest I could think of would be like playing Overwatch against somebody who's playing as Tracer. But that's the thing, it still requires an individual player to make those decisions. It's not being decided by, let's say, an AI. And I think that's the key difference is, one, there's an AI who decides that it's going to be rewinding time, and two, it's not based around kind of like a multiplayer aspect. It's based around more of a single player. I don't know. That could be interesting. But that's going to be a discussion for another day. For now, we've got one more race to go. So let's try our best. Hopefully not crash our car, spin out, land in the dirt, fail miserably. That sort of thing. Let's try to avoid that. Alright. And that's also, I think, the tricky part of... Well... The tricky part of, a race that starts with everybody already moving. if everybody's already moving along, then it makes it a little bit trickier to kind of speed past all of them. And that's also, I think, the advantage to... there's also something else in regards to the braking line that's different from the full racing line. Is that with the braking line during the braking parts... and it's raining, great. During the braking parts, I don't necessarily always adhere to it strictly. Like, during the acceleration parts, the only thing you can do is accelerate. But with, like, the braking parts, sometimes all you have to do is decelerate and you're good enough. And it is raining hard. But that's okay. I don't really need to worry about... I don't think I actually need to worry about placing. Oh my gosh. Got it. Get back into the road. Thank you. I just need to worry about making it. And unfortunately, now that it is raining, that is going to make everything a little bit more difficult. That's a-okay. We're not going to become a better driver if we do not challenge ourselves. Excuse me. Thank you. Alright, we're actually in first. It's been a little while since I've done that. With the help of several rewinds, but... oh my gosh. And another one. That is what I get for not paying attention to when I should be slowing down, especially... oh my gosh. In adverse conditions. Huh. But I suppose it's not going terribly bad. And that's, I suppose, one of the things that's going to prevent me from going back to having no racing line whatsoever. Because I know that I'm just going to slide every which way without it. It'll be ugly. Nobody will want to watch it. I don't even want to watch it. And I'm playing the game. Thank you, Forza. I tried my best. Also, I feel as though the racing line kind of only, for brakes only, might make it a little bit easier for me to, one, learn more in regards to how to properly take on turns, and two, it'll still at the very least point out the existence of said turns to me. So that I can actually see them and not crash. Alright, let's see how I did overall. 3rd place, 4th.
What is this? Your 4th or 5th time on the podium?
Alright.
Either way, this finish has done wonders for your point totals. Good work.
Also, I'm there as a driver instead of just an invisible person. So there's that. All right.
Breakout Championship is yours. And you're another step closer to winning the Forza Drivers' Cup. You can now go for the next challenge, the Evolution Championship.
But that is going to have to wait for another day. For now, though, got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.
You're making a name for yourself, but that only means the other drivers will be gunning for you. And the Evolution Championship is where the pursuit of the cup is going to really start challenging you.